Welcome back, and as promised, I have 2 chapters of One Piece today because I did not react last week. So we have chapters 1097 and 1098. As always, disclaimer, do not watch this video unless you are caught up or don't care about spoilers. Spoiler warning aside. Also, this is not a market substitute. Please support official release. Chapter 1097, Ginny. 8 years after the God Valley incident, 30 years ago. Kingdom of Sorbet. South Blue. Please help me, Kumachi. I've been coming here since your pa was around. It came as a nasty shock when you all went and disappeared on us. But it's comforting to know you grew into such a sweet boy. Your parents did a great job. I'm sure they're so proud of you becoming a bona fide clergyman. Pastor Bartholomew Kuma, 17 years old. Wow, so he's a full-on priest. That's kind of fitting. Interesting. There are hardly any young'uns left in this country these days. It's no wonder we're getting poorer and poorer. Ah, what a relief. I feel so much better. Better, bless you. Me next. My hips are killing me. Man, he's really using his power for healing. This guy's like some sort of, I want to say, prophet. Like, we can't thank you enough. God bless your miracle hands. Can't you do this on weekdays too? Fat chance. Sundays only. Where do you freeloading old pegs get off asking for even more help? Haha, we've gotten the attention of little Miss Cheapskate. Quit flapping your gums. This isn't a nursing home. I'll tell you to wash your mouth out if you weren't such a cutie pie. I heard there's no end to the number of suitors that come knocking on her door. She a baddie. Ginny, 21 years old. Yep, 4 years older than Kuma. Don't change the subject. Man, Oda do love his legs. None of them have a chance with Kumachi here. Just looking into that calm face of his is enough to comfort anyone. You're too kind. You're the one who's too kind. Yeah. To tell the truth, we'd love to donate and support our Kumachi, but we've all been struggling just to meet the celestial tribute recently. I'm sure you've heard about our new king, right? They say King Bekori is a cold-hearted monster. He's hell-bent on paying the tribute, and he doesn't care about whether us old farts are too sick to contribute. Bekori. If we can't, they'll lock us up. He's the worst. The other day, an acquaintance of mine ended up starving to death in their cell. Can you believe that? That miserly king of ours won't even feed his prisoners. He's even more of a cheapskate than you, Ginny. Yet he's happy to bend over backwards for the celestial dragons. If we don't stay in good health, we're gonna get killed. I can get rid of any pain or mild illnesses you need me to, so please visit every week. Thanks so much, Kumachi. Oh, come on. Don't tell me. It has to go somewhere? That's a question we've been all having before this chapter. It has to go somewhere. Literally. Jesus Christ. This man is a saint. They have no idea you're taking on any of their pain, Kumachi. And you keep doing this week after week, so that's why he only does it once a week. She wouldn't let him do this every day. He wouldn't mind, but she would. They're both so sweet. I don't like this at all. But at the same time, this is gonna be killer for anime onlys. It can't be helped. If someone doesn't shoulder their burdens, that pain and suffering of theirs won't just disappear. It'll be left to fester, returning to haunt them again and again. More than anything, I'm just glad I can do something to help them feel happier. I'm sorry for putting you through this, though. I'll get tougher, so you won't have to worry. That's not the point. Hey, we've got a little food as thanks today. Let's eat up. Dinner time. 25 years ago when Kuma was 22. So that's another skip of... Man, I'm not paying attention to the timeline. So he was 17 and now he's 22. So that's 5 years. Hey, Kumachi, let's get married. We can't, huh? What the hell's with that reaction? Of course we can. You love me, right? Just admit it, you dope. I wouldn't say no. Wouldn't it make you happy? I'm sure it would, but the thing is, I don't want to make you unhappy. Yeah, he's remembering what happened to his buccaneer of a father. Yeah, take me, I'm the one with Buccaneer blood. Yeah, he's remembering his father. Let me and my son go. Okay. Look, at this, it's another article about those freedom fighters. They finally issued wanted posters for them, after they incited riots in several countries. Dragon. He's so cool, he's like a hero. One day I want to head out to sea and dedicate my life to saving people too. Is anyone home? Ginny, our sweet muse. We had a massive haul today, please help yourself. Thanks so much, Mr. Fishmonger. Ouch. Idiot. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but those look like not only the kids that he healed in the last chapter, but also the people who joined Bonney's crew eventually. With, Bonney becoming a pirate eventually. So we'll find out how we get there. It was a nice little bit of foreshadowing. Then 22 years ago, something major happened. The people you've kidnapped, let them go. Save us, Kumachi. What are you yelling about, you big oaf? Are you trying to pick a fight with the royal army? That's treason, you know. Castletown, the kingdom of Sorbet when Kuma was 25. He's apparently a pastor from some church in the southern province. Hey, pastor, didn't you hear about the new law? We're allowed to do whatever we want to you southerners. You're planning on enslaving them? I won't let this pass. He's a rebel. And he can use Ursa's shock already. He's pretty good at his devil fruit power. My liege, this new policy, the people might find it hard to swallow. It is of no consequence. They'll soon grow accustomed to their new status. Before long, it won't bother them. They'll all come to see the southerners for the vermin they are. Castletown, lawless land, kingdom of Sorbet, Kuma's church, old folks village. They just split it in half. From this day forward, the borders of Sorbet shall stop at the edge of the northern province. The amount of celestial tribute is decided by a country's population, you see. We'll no longer be weighed down by all the old fossils in the south. We must cut out this cancer so the fittest of this glorious nation can thrive. So he's gerrymandering. Making sure that his tribute is smaller so he can manage it. Tell me, what made them arrest you too? We raised hell trying to get them to free you, Kumachi. But they gave us a thrashing in the end. Ginny, this country is on the brink of becoming a cesspool of bigotry and hate. King Bikori is a celestial dragon puppet. This new policy was given to him from on high. If you plan on starting a rebellion, you'll be signing up to fight the world government as well. Who are these guys? Your Majesty, we must flee. As if we would let you escape. This is what you get, you wannabe celestial dragon. You make me sick. The king's been overthrown. His slavery laws are no more. Thank goodness, I hated what this country was becoming. And so the mysterious band saved the kingdom of Sorbet from the corruption of the world government. Looks like the man you recommended went on quite the rampage. You're going to love him, dragon. Kuma, Ginny, I see you've gone and gotten yourselves caught. Lucky for you, I was in the neighborhood. No way, big bro? Is that you, Eva-chan? And the man you're with, isn't he? Kuma, if you're still anything like you used to be, how about coming with us and changing the world? Hee-haw. The onset of the Great Pirate Era... Wait, well, Roger was executed 24 years ago. Because this is the present day is post-time skip. So... this is 2 years after Roger was executed. So the onset of the Great Pirate Era and the tragedy of O'Hara, which also happened around that time, I forget the exact time period, spurred these freedom fighters to take up arms against the corrupt regimes of the world, starting numerous insurrections. Count me in too. It didn't take long for the two pillars of this movement to become three, as Dragon and Ivankov recruited Kuma to their cause. This organization would adopt a new name, one that echoed around the world, the Revolutionary Army. So the freedom fighters evolved, but they still wear those old uniforms that we don't see in the future. And this is still pre-scar for Dragon, but he has the similar markings on his thigh. I wonder what that will be when it's revealed. And also I see a bunch of freedom fighters / revolutionaries that we don't recognize. And we don't see any of the ones that we do recognize, so there must have been a lot of cycling, replacing dead comrades. No surprises there. Okay, so yeah, Ivankov, Kuma, Ginny, Dragon, nameless faces. We're still lacking funds. For now, we must act like mercenaries, supporting those who already have a will to topple their monarchs, fulfilling their rebellious spirits. All our recruits get weapons training drilled into them. I want us to grow into a boundless army spread throughout the world. Where did you learn about weapons, Dragon-san? I spent some time with the Navy. Unfortunately, I found no justice there. Or as I saw one of the official chapters, the official translation say, I didn't find the justice that they wear on their backs. That's a cold line. So yeah, until now, it's been always speculated, almost nigh on virtually certain in the fandom, that Dragon used to be a Navy soldier. And now this is technically the first official confirmation that he spent some time with the Navy. Marine or revolutionary, he's a man determined to help others. Garp, of course, would make him join the Marines, and maybe Dragon wanted to, until he left. And then he just didn't want to anymore, you know? Which is not surprising, because we know what he turns into. You can rely on me, Dragon. You won't regret joining us. Well, I'll be. Look who's back. I'll be coming home every now and then. I worry about you all. You're so sweet, Kumachi. And thus another 8 years would pass. The sun would continue to rise and set like normal until 14 years ago. A certain kingdom. Wow. I knew that these chapters would skip a lot because, you know, Kuma had to grow up sometime. Bonney had to be born somehow. And yeah, no surprises. Just like I expected. They're just skipping every few pages. Just more and more time skips. In a certain kingdom. You look excited, Ginny-san. It's that obvious? Can you blame me, though? Captain of the Revolution Army's Eastern Forces, Ginny. Okay, so she is Bello Betty's predecessor, if she's the Eastern captain. Can you blame me, though? We're so close to the day where we get to link up with Kumachi's squadron. I'm so happy I can hardly breathe. She still has her appetite, and she still loves Kuma. And she's so pretty. Captain Kuma, that lucky dog. He's won the heart of the lady we all admire. Huh? You creeps admire me? Gross. Your words sting. Revolutionary Headquarters. Baltigo. Dragon-san, Dragon! Ginny's been captured? Disturbing news. The enemy took us by surprise. Please forgive us. Oh. So someone walked up, that's their legs, and ambushed them. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, now that that chapter is over, we can hurry on to the next one. Chapter 1098, The Birth of Bonney. No surprise there. Cover request, Brooke powering his electric guitar solo with an electric eel. Hardcore. Chapter 1098. The Expanding Tides of Revolution. Revolutionary Army HQ, Baltigo. Requesting backup. The Tumi uprising in the South Blues looking bleak. We can't, our hands are full dealing with the wounded at Goa. Makes sense, makes sense. Eva-chan, I'll go. Don't be rash, Kuma. You've been acting reckless ever since that day. What the? This guy's huge. Where did you come from? State your name. Ginny's been captured? Yes, sir. It seems she caught the eye of a celestial dragon. Oh, I was expecting something like that. And my expectations are bleak. Especially after reading that panel. They took her on a government ship because the celestial dragon wanted to make her his bride. Okay. That's what I expected. Close enough. We won. Finally, after 3 years of struggling, we couldn't have done it without the Revolutionary Army. The enemy took us by surprise. It was the Revolutionary Army again. Here's to the Revolutionary Army, the heroes of the people. Please forgive us, Dragon, it's me. I've worn myself out. I'll have to return by ship. We're so sorry. Around 2 years have passed since Commander Ginny of the Revolutionary Army was kidnapped to be wed to the Celestial Dragon. Ugh, it just gives me the cramps in my neck. You know, all that talk of what's happening to her. We're nearly there, Bonney. Oh? Don't tell me. Kuma. It's Ginny. She's on the line right now. What? Kumachi, I finally made it back to the surface. Ginny, they didn't want me around after I got sick. I was thrown away. Okay, that's... silver lining? What a stroke of luck. You're sick? Man, the artwork. What is with this artwork? It looks like a sketch. It doesn't look finalized at all. What kind of scan is this? Is this intentional? Is this an art style choice? I wanted to see everyone one last time, but this call will have to be our goodbye. What? What are you talking about, Ginny? Where are you? I can be there in an instant. I was afraid I'd never see you again. Kumachi, sorry, but I'm at death's door. What? I'm glad you care about me, really, but you shouldn't come when I'm like this. Dragon, big bro, Kumachi has a big heart. Please take care of him for me. Kuma, get out of the way. There's only one place she'd go now. Kuma-san. And Kumachi, I just want you to know, I love you. Always have, always will. Gotcha. Kuma, you're back. Where's Ginny? She's here, right? She is, but I'm afraid it happened when she was exposed to natural light. Her face, her entire body, it turned all blue in the sun. And her skin hardened like stone? The first thing that came to mind was the shadow fruit. Was her shadow stolen by a Moria? When I say a Moria, I mean Moria or whoever had his fruit before him. Am I wrong, or is it something else? I've never seen artwork like this. Kumachi, I'm just so happy. What could have done this to her? Hey, Kumachi, let's get married. She burned up her remaining time exposing herself to the sun, so she could cross the ocean and make it home to us, because she wanted to ensure her baby's safety. You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well. Okay, so I'm assuming that the baby... I'm assuming that Bonney's a celestial dragon bastard. To be blunt, I'm sorry about that. Like, I was not expecting it, but we can't be surprised because, you know, we don't have to say it out loud. God, I don't want to think about it. So Kuma's not her biological father. He adopted her, which is the sweetest thing because you know it's what had to be done. That's all wrong. You're tilting the bottle too much. Bonney-chan still looks uncomfortable. I'll show you how it's done. Man, he's huge compared to her. His hands are so, large. Is this better? She's so cute. And if you're going to be sleeping next to her, make sure her cot is like an iron cage. We can't have you smushing her in your sleep with that massive body. Oh, you're quite the heavy drinker, Bonney-chan. I'm sure you'll be as much of a glutton as Ginny was. I'm still hungry. Daddy. So all the old folks in the church helped raise her. But they still had to defend themselves. And they still had to defend... What? Oh, he's still doing the Revolutionary Army work part-time. Of course he is. He literally has her in a cage so he doesn't sleep on top of her by accident. And he trained Sabo during this time. Oh my goodness. Kuma? What in the world are you doing? You've boarded up all the church windows. Close the door. Take a look here below her eye. Is that a blue stone? Hey, isn't that... It looks just like what Ginny had at the end. No way. I'll call a doctor. Thank you. It's caused by sunlight, you say? Are you sure? Why don't we try taking her outside? Are you insane? Doesn't see... Oh. Okay. It doesn't seem to be white lead poisoning. For a second, I thought it was white lead poisoning. I was like, no way. No way. No, it's something new. It's not... It's exacerbated by sunlight, but it's not being caused by taking your shadow away. So they would have confirmed if it was her shadow being taken away by a shadow fruit. It's not that, and it's not white lead poisoning. It doesn't seem to be white lead poisoning. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this condition. And I noticed that's where she has her piercing. That's the first thing I noticed. What causes your skin to solidify? What kind of fictional disease is this? You're quitting the Revolutionary Army? And Bonney's contracted the same disease her mother had? Yes. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I have to stay by her side. I understand it's important to live without regrets. We can use our contacts to reach out to doctors all over the world for her. I owe you, Dragon. 7 years ago, when Bonney was 5. Wait a minute. 7 years ago when Bonney was 5? Okay, I'm really bad at math on the spot, but I'm pretty sure that makes her... I can't count. 7 years ago, when Bonney was 5, would make her 12. Right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She's 12? That's a shame. Yikes. Oda, what are you doing giving her that devil fruit? You know, you could have given her a different devil fruit. You just had to give her the age fruit. What? Okay. Moving along. Run away, the vampire's gonna eat us. And stay out, you twerps. Bonney, age 5. Haha, this is as far as you can go, right? I dare you to take a step out here, you ugly vampire. Eat this. Bet the Holy Cross is your weakness. Look at it shine. We're in a church, dummy. That's true. She's only weak to sunlight. She's not a vampire. But what is this disease? I'm really curious. I'll show you who's boss. I'm coming after you. Bonney, stop. Please, you can't go outside. Even standing near the doorway can give you the ouchies. I know, you're such a worrywart, Dad. I was just kidding. Please don't even joke about it. Okay, I hate it when you get all sad and worried anyway. You're such a good kid. Stop being such a crybaby, Dad. Those jerks, they made fun of my face stones again. Are they really that weird? It's not like I can help them. I didn't ask to get sick. You mean your jewels? You're just jealous, because you've got such pretty jewelry. You think so? You betcha, I love them. Ah, so that's where they got the name Jewelry, instead of Bartholomew. Bartholomew Bonney. Jewelry Bonney. Jewelry Bartholomew Bonney is her real name, I guess. Hey, Bonney, if you were to go on a trip, where would you like to go? For when you're better, I mean. Oh, I know. Have you heard about the legendary Sky Islands? There are islands way up in the air? That's right, I read about it in this book. Aw. That's interesting. Interesting. Now I kind of want her to join the Straw Hat crew. It's close to the sun, so maybe we'll see Nika up there. You'd love that, right, Dad? Dun-to-to-to. Dun-to-to-to. That sounds like a grand adventure. Of course you'd see Nika up on the Sky Island. That's where we first saw Nika beat Eneru. And he made the sun shine. That sounds like a grand adventure. We can go there to have a big celebration for your 20th birthday. Where should we go for your 19th? Fishman Island. After examining your daughter, I've concluded that she suffers from sapphire scale. I'm afraid it's incurable. You know what it is? And sorry to ask, but can you please speak up a bit quieter? These days you almost never see it. Those stones grow exceptionally when bathed in any form of natural light like the sun or moon. But even if you completely prevent any exposure, I'm afraid it's only a matter of time before the disease catches up with you. Sapphire scale. Forgive me for being so blunt, but your daughter has another 5 years at best. It'll be a miracle if she reaches her 10th birthday. I'm afraid it's simply terminal, going by our current scientific understanding of it. It'll be over by her 10th birthday. Oh my goodness, this chapter. This isn't fair. She's already growing into such a strong woman. Is there really no cure? Boo! Bonney, I thought you were asleep. I heard it all. You said it'll be over by my 10th birthday, right? Your 10th? I have no idea what you're talking about. I heard you say it. Hey, are you crying? Is it something I said? Yes. He said when you're 10, it was about your illness, Bonney, that stupid doctor. He told me that your condition is going to continue as it is till you're 10. Huh? It's just such an appalling amount of time, I couldn't help but get down after that. Wait, so she misunderstood that it's gonna disappear when she's 10? And she didn't actually hear all the details because she wouldn't be happy that she's dying. So she misheard. That means I'll be all better when I'm 10, right? Yep, she misheard. She thinks she's cured, not dead. And he's not gonna tell her. So we can go on those trips. Isn't that right, Daddy? What have I done? Of course, by the time you turn 10, you'll be cured. You idiot! I don't blame you, but still. Yippee! What am I gonna do? A familiar nightmare would soon descend on the kingdom of Sorbet only 1 year later. Kuma, you've got to save us. King Bakori has returned and he's just as monstrous as ever. It's just like 16 years ago. He still wants to cut loose the country's dead weight. He's going to burn the people in their homes. That's familiar. The never-ending tragedy continues to unfold. What? Chapter end. Break next week. Okay. I'm glad for a break. I cannot handle this. What is Sapphire Scale? Who is her father? It could be anyone. How does she get cured before this? Is she actually 12 in the present day? Because, 5 plus 7 is 12. Right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. but she's 24 or 22 physically, but I guess not chronologically. Okay, so the questions are, where does Sapphire's scale come from? How is she cured before the present day? When and how did she eat the age fruit? How does Vegapunk get tied into this? Yeah, this flashback has all these left to answer. Saturn and Vegapunk and Kizaru, I assume, all know Bonney as a child. And if she's 6 now, at the end of the chapter, she turned 6. And that was 6 years ago. That makes her 12 in the present day. So that's why they called her a child. How do we keep answering all these questions? Like, I'm curious about Sapphire's scale more than anything else. Stay tuned for next chapter in 2 weeks. Yeah, thank you again for watching. Thanks so much for liking, subscribing, and all that jazz. I'll see you next time. Man, I almost cried.